Welcome to NetWitness 12.4 New Features Training. In this video, we will discuss NetWitness SASE Integration. So NetWitness SASE Integration gives organizations complete visibility into encrypted traffic, remote users, and cloud workload with NetWitness SASE Integration. Customers can achieve SASE flexibility, inherent security advantage, and complete visibility into threat detection and response. NetWitness SASE Integration comes with the following capabilities. 1 is flexible, secure, and real-time traffic monitoring. 2nd is we can get scalable high-performance cloud security. 3rd, we can eliminate blind spots. And 4th, we get unparalleled network visibility to strengthen SASE security. For this iteration, we have covered SASE Integration, along with Palo-Alto Networks and Broadcom. Let's start the demo once we log into the UI console. Once we go to the Configure tab, we'll be able to see SASE Integration plugin. We need to ensure that within the Configure tab, the Live is already configured, and we can fetch all the content from Live. Once we are in the Live Content tab within the resource type, we'll now be able to see SASE Integration plugin. Once we select this, we'll be able to see Palo-Alto Networks and Broadcom. Broadcom currently is in private preview mode, and Palo-Alto can capture packets by using packet decoder and packet hybrid. Once we select any of these, the same configurations are also available within the Policy tab. We come to the Policy view within the Content library, we'll be able to see SASE Integration plugin. Within the SASE Integration plugin, we'll also have Broadcom integration and Palo-Alto integration. So we have to configure Palo-Alto integration. Step 1, we need to ensure that the packet capture interface is enabled within the decoder. For that, we have to go to the Services tab. Once I select the Admin section, I'm within the Services, and I'll be selecting the decoder on which I want to push this payload. For this decoder, I'll go to the Config app, and within the Config tab under the decoder configuration, I have to ensure that the packet capture interface is kept as enabled. When I say capture interface, it has to be with pcap. If it's at any other value, we need to update it to pcap file streamer. Then click Apply, and we need to restart the decoder. Once step 1 is completed, back to the CCM workflow. We need to create a group. Let's create a new group, which is Palo-Alto group. Then select the decoder that I is mapped to. Then click Next. I can select an existing policy if I want, or otherwise I can create a new policy. Within the Policy tab, click Create a new policy, and name it Palo-Alto policy. Then click Next. I can select which integration I want to enable. So let's select SASE Integration plugin. Here, I want to configure Palo-Alto, so I can select Palo-Alto integration and click Next. Within the group list, I can create a new group, or pick the existing group, which is mapped to my decoder, and then select Save and Publish. Once Save and Publish is done, we can see that the policy status goes to In Progress state, and then it will go to the Publish state. If the policy did not reach the Publish state, then we cannot apply configuration within the decoder. Navigate to Policy, we will see the SASE Integration plugin. Here, if you click on the Configuration tab and select which private key to put. Here is the private key, used to establish the connection from the decoder to Palo-Alto and decrypt the package within the decoder. So, let's select the PEM file for Palo-Alto. Then select Continue. For the decoder, select the existing decoders that we have mapped to the policy, and then provide a bucket name for it, which is going to be the Palo-Alto bucket name. The last step is to put the bucket authentication detail. Here, Bucket authentication is used to authenticate with the bucket in a secured format. Then select Continue. Once we are in the third step of the configuration, we can see which decoder we selected, which bucket it is mapped to, and what is the bucket authentication file name. Remember that there can only one decoder for bucket mapping, which can be done in the current scenario. So, it can only be a one-to-one mapping with the Palo-Alto bucket and the current decoder that we have. Once we save the configuration will reach the decoder. How we can verify it? Navigate to the decoder and go to the Explore tab. We will have Decoder Hosted folder. Then expand the Decoder tab and select the Hosted folder. We'll be able to see Palo-Alto. And if we click on Palo-Alto, our configurations and the zip have already reached the Palo-Alto folder. And we can also see an instance created within Palo-Alto. This instance is nothing but the configuration that we have sent to the decoder. Once the configuration is within the decoder, Palo-Alto events, and the data from Palo-Alto, we need to configure it with our existing concentrator. So navigate to the Service tab. We need to select a concentrator that will be passing the details and providing it to the decoder. What we need to do is navigate to Log Hybrid Concentrator and go to the Config tab. We have already created a mapping of our decoder within the concentrator. All we need to do is to create a record here, wherein we can select which decoder we need to map it to, and once it's mapped, the record will be created within the concentrator, and the concentrator will start doing the packet capture from Palo-Alto. So once this flow is completed, if the mapping is not completed, we can add a new record and then click Apply. Once the configuration is applied, we can go to the Investigate tab, and we'll be able to see the payload getting processed from Palo-Alto Networks. Then, navigate to Investigate, and search for the records that are getting aggregated within the concentrator. I'll be able to see that all the packets have reached our decoder, and the decoder is processing those records. This is the data that we have captured from Palo-Alto Networks bucket, and we have rendered it within our Investigate view. The exact similar workflow. We can have it for Broadcom as well. Thank you.